Yo! Video games.
Yeah, this game is easily one of the most salt-inducing fighting games. I don't think there is any other fighting game I've ever witnessed competitively that causes more. That is so insanely like I just had everything ripped from me and I cannot fucking believe it.
Yeah.
Type of shit. And the true challenge of Ultimate Marvel 3 is really controlling that. It's really like, how to mitigate, negotiate, and figure your way around that
stuff.
shit.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah. I was
flip
gonna
with
say.
Steve.
Okay.
I don't know how close that one is.
Alright.
Because it's full.
Oh, you got Spencer, so we can switch seats?
You can just go
That's
just
fine.
back out. You can just reach pick the characters. This isn't Marvel 2.
Oh, push B.
Press
There
B.
you go. Alright. How do we get Cyclops?
So, Cyclops is on C Viper, and you have to go down to her. She's right here. Go down to her, and then press right bumper to switch costumes.
Right bumper. Okay.
Yes. So you're gonna go to Alt. Keep going. Bumper's on C Viper.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah. Whoever.
I'm on her, so.
So keep pressing the right bumper. One more. Alt.
Alt.
Pick
Ah,
Alt.
okay, gotcha. I got
And then pick it, Steve.
Boink.
Okay.
Oh,
and
wow.
then pick it, Kenny. Hang on.
See, what do we
How
got?
does it work, chat? Which way does... You didn't get it, Kenny. Back
yeah,
out.
no.
There's B.
It would say alt.
Red button.
Or circle. No, sorry.
Red button.
Okay, gotcha.
I think you have to pick... Is it color 3 or something like that, chat?
I'm gonna do burning kick.
There we go. Thank you.
Yeah, you got it. B is a good neutral optic blast.
Optic ass.
Oh, up your ass.
So who are they trying to turn to Psylocke? Felicia?
Felicia got given Psylocke's moveset, yeah. Or
Huh.
modified moveset.
Why Felicia? Is it just match the
It made
best?
the most sense. Like,
Yeah.
least issues.
Yeah. Huh.
It's whoever picks first, yeah, that's what it is.
Oh.
Play on the lowest damage and X Factor will be okay. You're good. Yeah, this game on lower damage makes a lot of sense.
Who are we talking to? We're saying that in arcades and other parts of the world, they turn the damage all the way down. Like,
Oh, Marvel 2.
Yeah,
I
and
think it
that's-
might have been Marvel 2 in the Philippines. Maybe.
Yeah, like they're talking about that where they're like, yeah, it's like a different game.
Makes it a different game. Yeah. Some characters aren't nearly as top tier. Yeah, Mega Man X is in the game too. I don't think I have that one installed,
Oh.
but it's a modification of Zero. Still has the sword, you know.
Well, X does have a sword in one of the series. He's able to use it.
Is it? Wait, go down to damage
Handicap.
and go low. No handicap.
Oh yeah, just
Leave that all the way up.
Oh,
and
lowest.
Go damage lowest. I'm kind of curious.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, time. Make it infinite.
Really?
Really?
Because, well, will we need it
No,
with that
yeah,
low?
Why not?
Okay, cool.
Random.
I'm just curious. I've actually never seen it this way.
Lowest. Find out right now. Oh, look at this. That's some really dope mod, man. Do it.
It's basic. There's like no new
Oh,
models
God.
and everything. Dude. It's super basic.
My buttons.
Yeah, you have Marvel 3 layout. You guys want Marvel 2 layout?
I'm fine with what I got.
Yeah. LMH at the top. Bottom left button is special.
My 2 assists are here.
Yes, that is the default Marvel 3 layout.
Oh.
It is, yeah. So they just made him like Marvel 2 fucking.
Yes,
That's fucking hilarious.
literally down to like pretty similar frame data.
Damn. And who are the guys that put this together?
Tabs is the one that put this together, but there's a few Ultimate Marvel 3
heads.
modders
Yeah.
that have main characters like Shin Akuma, Evil Ryu, Ken is in the game.
Wow.
Their own versions of them. But the craziest part is that when this game eventually gets a model importer, Cyclops will actually look good. Like, they've done their best with like such little. Like, that's the craziest part is that there's very little in the game that is here to actually allow them to even get Cyclops to look like Cyclops. They still got this sexy Viper
Yeah.
blast shot.
Yeah. The way he moves his hands and shit. because of the framework engine, right?
MT Framework is just a very weird engine, and this game is programmed very awkwardly. It's probably down to the fact that it was made by Aiding, and they had their own methods for shit.
Yeah.
And it might not be in the same exact fashion that Capcom had when they were making their other NT Framework games. Those games have a bunch of mods in them too.
Yeah.
But it works completely different in this game, to the point where the bigger issues that modders have that they have worked out is no extra character slots and no model importers. So the only way they can put new characters in is put them over costume slots.
Yeah. It's interesting how RE seems to be like very mod friendly. Like
It is.
people have been doing crazy shit with like that immediately. A game comes out and it's like immediately doing stuff.
Oh, it is, yeah. This is why people have modded this hard as Street Fighter 5 or Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 5. There's a lot of mods for Street Fighter 4, dude. There's a lot of mods for Street Fighter 5. But in terms of gameplay, not really.
Street Fighter 4 is Taito X arcade board, and Street Fighter 5 is Unreal 4.
Yeah.
So, really doesn't have the problem that this game would have. This is MT Framework.
Yeah, there's not many games. There was not many fighting games that were made with this engine. In fact, this might be the only one. I don't know if there's any other fighting games that this engine actually made.
The version of Street Fighter 4 on 3DS uses the mobile MT Framework.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't think Street Fighter Cross Tekken used it.
No, that uses the same board as Street Fighter 4.
Lowest damage isn't that bad.
Wow,
You used
okay.
oh my god. Yeah, the lowest damage isn't really that bad.
She looks like a Phantasy Star character.
In a way, yeah. It's like a couple of different poses and elements from other characters. Because one thing that you can transition from character to character is animations. The models, they're still limited. There's still a guy working on all the texture stuff and all the crazy shit that entails. But it's still very weird. Oh, Psylocke didn't load? Well, there you go. Yeah, if it's just... You guys will have to go back and figure that out.
Alright.
No, Street Fighter 4 was Taito X arcade board.
Old ass arcade hardware.
Old ass Japanese arcade board.
Injustice.
So do forward HP Optic Blast. And then
Oh, yeah.
cancel that into Optic Blast. Yeah, and so you get Gene Splice on accident sometimes.
Yeah.
Every single fucking NetherRealm game since being part of WB is Unreal 3.
Yes, I know. Man, this is modified Unreal 3 engine.
Yeah,
It still is.
still heavily modified Unreal 3.
Even Mortal Kombat fucking 11.
That's crazy. But then again, it's like that's what they're used to. That's what they've been working with.
YoVG fan art by Ben. Thank you very much, dude. I'll check it out.
It'd probably be like cost prohibitive or time prohibitive
Possible.
for them to like try to like.
To do a whole new thing. To switch all their tools and like, make their games take a lot longer to make. Which is probably not cool with WB.
But maybe that's what's going on now.
Oh, this is
How do you switch
definitely...
up? You can't switch up.
hold down the tag button.
looks good.
Yeah, it's Felicia's moveset didn't move in. Psylocke's moveset didn't move
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, so now she's like just there.
Actually, it still says Felicia.
Come on, Steve, pull out your inner Jamal.
Okay.
Well, Jamal didn't like the game.
Play Felicia.
No.
Oh, that's not good.
And then you be talking to Kenny, not me.
What?
Kenny's Felicia?
Yep.
Oh,
God damn it, Simmons.
well, never mind. Kenny, pull out your inner Jamal.
Only part 2.
So there was a poll recently in the past year that was put on GameSpot of the 10 best Marvel games of all time. And you can imagine what number 1 was, because Spider-Man makes a lot of sense. Spider-Man being the number one,
I'd probably go with
The
that.
number
I
one-
haven't even really played that game.
the number 1 Marvel game of all time is
I
Spider-Man.
need to
But
borrow one of your Ultimate Edition.
believe it or not, the second best voted the most popular Marvel game of all time is actually this game.
Three?
Number 2 is Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, not Marvel 2. Funny though.
I don't agree with that.
Really?
As far as like popularity or just renown?
Yeah. Actually
No,
vote.
Wow.
I mean, if you're talking about
shit.
voting amongst GameSpot staff, sure, whatever.
I think it was public. I think it was like.
I mean,
it wasn't. It wasn't NBC2 actually.
Legacy-wise, I would absolutely say MVC2 is the most probably
I would think so too.
renowned and known.
I would think so as well.
Spider-Man 2 on PS2. Fuck, I don't remember any of that shit.
Not that I don't think
Through
this.
alt.
Not that I don't think this game
Yes, press it.
wasn't
Press it.
highly regarded, well received.
There it is.
Wasn't well liked or whatever. It just to me, Marvel
It
2
still
is
says
still.
Cat Spike.
That won't change. Those are none of those moves can be modded yet. You're essentially playing stuff that is put together with duct tape and string.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think this game is very well liked and regarded.
For
Which
example,
is funny to me because I feel like this game was. Okay, you're gonna hate me for this. I think this game got more boring to watch
Oops.
quicker than Marvel 2 did.
well, we have vastly different memories of Marvel 2. We have vastly.
Like this game felt like it was downloaded way quicker.
Oh, we have vastly different memories of Marvel 2.
Because like Marvel 2 said like it's downloaded, and then it was like, oh, and here's this tech. Oh, and then here's this shit. Oh, and then here's this shit.
Well,
And this game was kind of, it felt like.
Marvel 2 was Storm, Magneto,
Oh,
Psylocke,
that's a cool color.
and a little bit like Sentinel and Captain Commando everywhere and everything for like a decade.
Sure, because it's been 20.
Well, I mean, from the first year to the first
Do you
decade.
think MSP was like all over the place?
Dude.
I should do
Dude. If you-
Because I remember the
So
early
here's-
days
here's-
of like Guile and Cable.
That was
crazy.
I'm not Simmons. That was the first month.
That was the first month.
That was no kidding. The first
I remember
month.
that.
That was the
and I remember that down in the arcade
that
in the
impression
mall.
you have was literally first month of MVC2.
Yeah, was
because
it-
the game was figured the fuck out.
I
after,
remember
like, month
Magneto
two.
being coming on strong very early
Sentinel
on,
and
Storm.
Magneto and Storm. And
I
Psylocke.
felt like there was a little bit of time before people like MSP is the way. But
knows.
I wasn't
to the point where if you didn't play MSP, people were pissed. If you didn't play, why are you playing these lame characters? Like, you're not playing Marvel 2. You need to pick Storm, or you need to pick Magneto,
you
or
know
you need
what?
to pick
I think I
Sentinel.
just spent too much time at the college arcade, and everyone was always just kicking around with other teams. Like I did not.
Maybe.
Like
In terms of actual competitive,
when it would come down to like, hey, fucking, like I'm here to fucking fight you kind of thing. Yeah. So MSP would be like,
or
okay,
Cable, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
okay, here
Cable
comes
was good
MSP.
from the first month up until now. You know?
What was the
Well, like when
There
you
it
started
is,
seeing the
okay.
same fucking shit with this game with like Morgan and Virgil, a lot of Virgil and zero loops, I was like, this game's fucking boring now.
So here's the thing. That stuff was good. Was always good from the start. Virgil was good from the very start. However, the stuff that truly killed this game was Morrigan. Morrigan and Doom together.
Was that Doom?
That killed the game. Yes, absolutely. That was how it was bad.
Yeah.
So the thing is, that wasn't super predominant until
Wow, that's
as predominant as it was until a couple years in. So it had a couple of years of like, in the first year of the game, people thought they had this game figured out, and some dude named Agio Joe comes from Japan and fucks everybody up with Rocket Raccoon. And people are like, what the fuck? This game's crazy! Whoa! Like, that was the first 2 years of the game.
Okay.
Shit was definitely like really good and really powerful, but here's the big difference between Marvel 3 and Marvel 2. It was like 10 to 15 characters in this game that were super fucking
Yeah.
good. Marvel 2 was about 5.
Yeah.
So, granted, like, there's a lot more to figure out about MVC2 that people just never did, which is why Justin still finds really cool stuff to this day. Because people just literally never play the game differently. Like, that is just the way it is. And there's no reason to because they lose.
Like I said, I didn't actually experience
oh shit.
seeing nothing but MSP. Unless you went to Family Fun.
Steve will fucking vouch for me on this shit.
Unless you went to Family Fun.
Marvel 2 was MSP the game.
But when
For
did
most
they
people.
get discovered, Steve? How, like, when in the Marvel 2?
oh, pretty early, almost like when the characters came out.
See, that's what I remember. It was like first month.
I don't trust
They
you.
fucking
Well, the
dominated.
thing is,
Okay.
well, when they finally came out, because in the beginning
It took a while to unlock.
because it took a while to unlock. You would go to some arcades.
No, but
Some of
I
the
mean,
last
I remember you going to Family Fun and all you hear is,
Of course, Storm.
That's all you hear.
That was the game.
All the like, that's
Everyone
true.
had Storm on their team.
Yeah.
You know, that was the game.
Yeah, we'll take up the time.
Yeah,
Put up either the time or the damage up a little bit.
Yeah, I told you should put on Infinite, bro.
But funny enough, if you and I've asked Justin this publicly, like in video form and stuff like that, because we're vouching for Marvel 2 this year, obviously, because it should come back. That it's got an interesting story. But Justin has told me on like several different occasions, I'm like, so which game do you like more? Do you like Marvel 2 more or Ultimate Marvel 3? And he says he likes this game more.
This one?
This one, yes. He thinks this game is more fun. There's more. The characters can do more interesting stuff together.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I think,
in
like
this
you
they
said,
can,
that,
like
that
in Marvel.
there's a greater number of like viable characters.
100%. There's
In this
granted, even the most unviable characters in this game are years better than the unviable characters in Marvel 2. Years
That's
better.
because you have like roll and fucking survival.
Well, I mean, I'm not even talking about them. I'm
Like
talking.
Hayato,
I'm talking. The worst characters in this game are
King.
better than half of Marvel 2's roster. By a fucking metric shit ton, man.
That's probably true.
Marvel 2 was a game that was sort of slapped together, and it really shows with some of the characters that aren't super good. You have to put in a ton of effort, and the reward isn't that great. They just can't combo into their own super. You know,
Yep.
it's a fucking
You
tough
had to
thing.
be tricky to make them good.
You had to be really good at Marvel 2 to make them good.
Yeah, like
That was
Omega
the
Red.
funniest shit
Omega
ever
Red
was
couldn't
seeing-
combo to any single super.
Seeing some of the characters who could not combo into their own supers. I was like, okay,
Yep.
well.
And that's not some characters. That's a lot of characters. That's like at least like almost a third of the roster have a difficult time comboing into their own super somewhere. It can be challenging, you know, or at least you'll really have to dig deep and find something.
Justin won a tourney with Iron Fist team. Justin
Yes.
didn't win a tourney with anything.
Yeah.
Well, Justin's just
Yeah,
genuinely
it's Justin, man.
Justin. The reason Justin's great at Marvel vs. Capcom is that he knows angles of approach really well. Where it's just like he'll never be there. It always seems like everything's in his favor. Because I've played Justin a lot when I was being competitive with this game. He used to live with James Chen, so I would go over to the house and train. Before, obviously, I started working on Assist Me like full time. But yeah, Justin's really good at these games because you play him 2 matches and all of a sudden you just can't hit him again. You're like, fuck.
That's
the hell?
That's the thing that you noticed on that what is it, $10,000 bet match that you did against
Yes.
the guy, I forgot his name. But
Go to damage and go to the next one.
Yeah.
Damage.
Yeah.
Infinite, yeah.
I want to try those though.
Okay.
Those are fun.
Go ahead.
But the idea was that the other guy thought he was winning. He popped off like super early, and everybody like made fun of him for it. But he was doing good. He was doing good against.
And he's
Justin.
genuinely great at the game.
And Justin was just adjusting.
Yes.
It's Justin adjusting. That's what he was doing.
Adjusting.
And he was just biding his time and understanding how to play the other character, the guy. The only way you're beating guys like him and Sonic Fox and shit like that is if you have 3 or 4 different playstyles and they all are good enough.
And
to beat
you
them.
have to change them on the fly.
And you have to change them on the fly. And then when you're doing a tournament that's like, oh, you get 2 rounds or maybe first to 5 or some shit like that, you're not going to adjust as fast as they do. Those guys, they just understand how to adapt to your playstyle, regardless of whatever character they're using. So this is what I always mean by they're not playing the game, they're playing you.
Yes.
They're playing against you. They're understanding what you're
Yeah, what was the deal with that big ass money match? Was it how many?
$10,000.
No, that. Well, how many matches did they have to do?
15. First
Yeah,
to 15.
First to 15, not best to 15.
Nah,
No,
first
first
to
to
15.
15.
Oh, okay. Yeah, how'd that go again, Steve? Was it like?
The guy
It was
pop-
like 15-5?
Yeah, the guy was doing good against Justin. He was getting wins, and then Justin just started to adapt. He was just very simple. He played patient, figured out what he was doing. He was like, oh, this is how I beat him.
Marvel 2 is the Marvel vs. Capcom series, and especially this one, is a game about control.
Yeah.
It's a game about identifying situations and changing on the fly
Now this
really
was
fast.
for Marvel 3 or 2?
That's 2.
2.
NBC 2. NBC
Oh,
2 is a
God.
game about control.
Oh God!
Yes.
Someone $10,000 bet Justin on Marvel 2.
Yes. And it was more of like, are the new heads as good as the old
Old
heads?
heads, yeah.
You know?
And that guy was a new head.
No, he'd been around for a long time. Ron Hudson
He's
been around for a long
relatively new.
time. No, he had been playing since the game came out.
Oh, okay.
It's just that he had been playing against not the recent, not the heyday talent.
Oh, okay,
that was the
okay.
idea.
Okay, okay.
Cool. I don't think I would have ever done such a thing.
I think people just aren't exposed to it, right?
Well, this is the thing. Even today, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna get exposed by the chat. I think I would be able to beat Justin Wong if I had my top tier team and he played all low tiers. I feel like I would be able to beat him like first to 5.
Oh, Steve.
See, but that's the thing. I'm that confident in myself.
You are confident, and that's essentially what Roundhouse was confident.
Exactly.
But guess how Justin made most of his money in Marvel 2?
By playing low tier characters.
By playing low tier characters.
Yeah.
And putting money down that I bet you can't beat my low tier team.
Exactly.
That's how he actually made a shit ton of money at tournaments. And now the reason he's the low tier crazy like god at the game is because he did that for literally a decade.
I'm just playing low tier teams.
I'm not even kidding you. He'll take fucking Team Shoto and possibly win the set. Against the best character.
If I could pick the team against Justin Wong, I feel like I could beat him.
Oh, of course you could if you pick the team.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You just keep him rolling.
Exactly. Fuck it. He's Justin Wong, right? He's so godlike. He's gonna beat me with anything. That's the idea. Is that like a lot of people, you know?
If it's on your terms completely, then sure.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not jealous. I know how good he is. That's why I'm saying this is how I feel, and that's how most of these other guys feel. Somebody puts in $10,000 to beat Justin. He's pretty fucking confident. Pretty fucking confident.
They're confident.
Well,
Confidence is important.
Well, again, you would have probably had to do something stupid like you're saying, where it's like, yeah, I'm going to give you a no-win scenario.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that guy felt like it was a no-win scenario for Justin. Like, he put
Absolutely.
His overconfidence was his weakness.
It's definitely what got him killed.
$10,000 later.
$10,000, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, I can't imagine losing that kind of money to a fighting game, to be honest, but...
But the thing is, $10,000 on the line really makes play different.
Yes, that's true. That is true.
$10,000, you can be the most confident person, but then
The thing is,
$10,000.
Justin is used to winning thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
in situations where he's completely
super high,
underdog.
high stressful fucking situations and shit like that. And that's the thing that I just can't do in a tournament. Like, I freeze up, like, almost every single time. Like, I make the dumbest decisions. I'm like, I
Because your
overthink
brain,
it. I overthink.
you overthink.
Overthink the shit.
And guess what? The only way to get better at that is to do it a lot.
Yeah.
Tournament nerves.
Yeah.
Tournament nerves is real.
Yeah.
Someone's like, if I took his controller, I could win too.
I took his control out of
If I
it.
unplugged his arcade stick whenever I wanted, I could win too.
Here's the better question. What is the best
What Kenny beat Justin Wong in a blindfold match.
non-developed...
You beat him blindfolded.
We were blindfolded.
Justin lost to Kenny, Chad.
But he beat me. He beat me too.
Yeah.
But we were both blindfolded.
What was the highest?
But that was an MK.
non-
It was not Marvel.
Non-publisher sponsored pod for a fighting. So that didn't involve
But then
marketing budget money.
I don't know. I don't know what the biggest prize pool for a fighting game technically is. It's not Evo, that's for sure. Yeah, I don't. Probably a Mortal Kombat event or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, it's fine.
But that's another realm, kind of like giving
Yeah.
your own money. Like,
But if you mean, like, well, how do...
crowdfunded. Like, what's the highest crowdfunded pod?
Probably like 25, maybe 30K.
So that 10K was like very high.
Yes, there's a reason you know about it.
The reason because it's that fucking high.
'Cause
It's
that was a lot of money. Dude must be super fucking confident.
Oh man.
Yeah, and an overall prize pool is like, to be honest, like, some of the prize pools for these games, you go to Evo and stuff like that, and even if there was like 300 people in the tournament and you take first place,
Oh, yeah,
you might be winning like $5,000.
Yeah.
The FGC has never been specifically about I'm in it for the money.
Yeah.
A lot of people like treat it like they're in it for the money, like tournament winnings and stuff, which is funny because it's absolute pittance in comparison to like.
Well, I mean, you got people like Sonic Fox that'll make close to $1 million. You know what I mean?
Well,
They'll make pretty much.
But he's winning these
NRS.
giant NRS events that actually have a lot of money.
Right. I feel that's a
Backed by
different.
Warner Brothers.
Yeah. That's what I'm asking. Like, you take away like the publisher money when they're just trying to sell the game.
Yeah.
You know, when you're talking like prize pool money, like
Is Cobra around? Hey, Cobra, where you at?
Cobra.
We have Tab, do you got anybody to play with you on this? We can have you guys play customs. And if you want it, I would love to show customs. Tab's the guy that made these characters, by the way.
Hey.
Him, Tab. If you want
done.
Tab, I can parsec you guys in, and if you have somebody else that knows customs as well, that knows palette swap, we can get you to play together. Right? That's what I mean. So you don't have to think about it. Let me know, and I can just parsec you guys in, and you can play.
No Cobra?
I can play Cobra forever.
No Cobra.
Me and Cobra always spar like crazy.
Cobra keeps trying to call me out in MVCI. This guy's
Cobra's like
not bad.
Cobra's like
he's
us.
okay, he's
You know what
okay.
I'm saying? He plays a lot of the same shit. I
calling out
go
MVCI.
back and forth with him in MKX,
Maybe he
and he
can-
goes back
Let
and
me
forth
live.
with you in this.
Yes.
He's like Cobra feels like for fighting games, he's the same exact as us.
And he's not around.
Oh, he's gonna hear about this later.
Oh, yes, he is.
Oh yeah,
I mean, maybe he could beat you in Infinite, Steve. But
he can. But he always
not
calls me
beating
out.
Max.
He can beat me in this game, and in Marvel 3 for sure. He'd mop
Imagine
me.
shipment with those shotties. Oh my god, a shipment
Just
with those
saying, Steve.
shotguns.
Like maybe you go toe to toe with him in Infinite, but he's
not beating me in Infinite.
He's not beating Max.
Oh, Tabs is just down to play? I guess we can just try to show shit off. Hang on a second. Let me, I'll drop the resolution, I'll parsec you in, Tabs, and we can just show stuff off with some of the characters. I only know Cyclops and Ken.
What I'm saying is Max is better than you at Infinite, Steve.
Oh, that's what
Didn't
you're
they
saying.
add
You're adorable, Simmons. You're adorable.
I'm adorable. I'm adorable. He's calling you out, Max.
Didn't somebody make
We're not playing MVCI, Max. Simmons is trying to trigger me. He's being cute.
He's just trying to trigger you.
Yeah, he's being cute.
He's being cute.
Yeah.
Really cute.
Nah.
Also being right.
Yeah.
Didn't somebody make
Yeah, you said yeah, so you agreed.
Cell?
Yeah, you're agreeing again.
I'm agreeing with your shenanigans,
Just
Simmons.
visuals.
Agreeing with your shenanigans.
Not like
You knew Max is the best of us at Infinite.
Keep talking, Simmons.
I have watched you two play. I have watched Max win those.
I'm hearing sounds and barking coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, come on,
That's
Chance.
all that's coming out
Tell
right
me
now.
I'm right.
Nothing but words.
Okay. Let me unplug.
Red She-Hulk?
which stick?
That was the thing.
This stick. Okay. I'm gonna take that stick from you, Kenny, in a second.
You're gonna grab your stick.
Mm-hmm.
Pull it.
I think you've got the home field advantage for sure, and in Marvel too, Steve, for sure. But Infinite, I think that might be.
What is
Max's
home field
games.
advantage though? What does that
Means you're better.
mean? Okay. The fuck?
Means you got the advantage.
There's no home field advantage in either of the games.
Hear that stick, Kenny?
Yeast?
Yeast.
Like Marvel 2's your
Yes.
home.
Well, Steve Marvel 2 in his prime is disgusting.
Right. That's
Family
why
Fun
Marvel 2
Days?
is your home, Steve.
Steve?
But Infinite.
Here's the thing, Simmons. If I played Max first to 3, I would mop him in MVCI. But if I did first to 10, if we did first to 10, he would adjust to my fucking playstyle and he would murder me.
What he's saying
This
is
is-
true. I'd have to remember how the buttons work.
Yeah.
But if I figured it out after the first game,
Yeah, he would destroy me.
What if?
Because I already
what if
know
you just
how
get
Max
5
plays.
freebie warm-up
Because
games each.
What we've been talking
Just
about,
five freebie warm-up
what
games.
we've been talking about this entire night with Justin Wong and Sonic Fox and all that shit like that, this fucking Max, all those guys' brains, they got fucking prodigy brains, and they understand how to play the other person. They're not playing the game, they're playing you. They understand how you're playing, and they're just adjusting on the fly and like, oh, that's what he's doing. Let me just do this instead. The rest of us fucking normies can't do that shit. Fucking
That's what fighting games is, though.
yeah, it's adjusting on the fly.
Just adjusting.
100%.
Playing the person.
It's intelligence.
The thing is,
It's
Steve is
just on the
Ungus
fly.
McBungus. This
Yeah.
shit is the most.
This stuff works. I'm gonna stick
This
with
stuff
this.
works. This stuff is dangerous. This fucks up everybody.
And you want to know why? Because I have ADHD when it comes to fighting games. I don't play all the same ones all the time. These motherfuckers will play the same shit over and over and over
When
and
was the last
over
time
again.
Max has played Infinite?
Well, no, it's not that. It's just that you got motherfuckers who are the best at, Mortal Kombat. Motherfuckers who are the best at that. But then you get like Sonic Fox that comes out of nowhere and just plays the game for a month and he's way better than all of them are.